Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and a letter from former President Obama to a college girlfriend has made the rounds online and it's causing a little bit of a stir. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out and they help our channel continue to grow. Now, as back in 1982, the former president was 21 years old and he did what a lot of us did when we were young, right? Before the internet, before email, before text messaging. He wrote a letter to his girlfriend. I think we've all been there, right? You write a note in school or you write a letter. It's something that we did. Kids today would probably not understand that because they have technology. So he wrote a letter to his girlfriend, and the letter is now in the possession of Emory University. And a biographer for the former president was, obviously doing a biography on him and wanted to get the full quote, you see, because the letter, there was part of the letter that was redacted. Now, in previous interviews, the woman who received the letter, the girlfriend at the time, she said that part of the letter that was redacted was about homosexuality, but she didn't get into details. So a friend of this biographer actually went to Emory University, where they do not allow you to take a photograph of the letter, they do not allow you to make copies of the letter, and he actually wrote the pertinent portion down and brought it back to the biographer. Well, he also gave a copy to the New York Post, who published it on Saturday. And in the quote, he says the former president, when he was 21 years old, says that he, quote, makes love to men daily, but in the imagination. So he doesn't actually make love to men. He imagines it. And he was saying this because context is important. He was saying that he's trying to be more androgynous in his mind and get away from the women versus men, men versus women, and just see people as people, which is noble. It's a noble gesture. Don't know, what your mind has to do to see that, and what his process is, I guess, is his process. I do wonder, now that he's on the campaign trail for Joe Biden, if reporters are going to ask him about this, if they're going to want answers to what he meant in this letter, and, any questions about, where he stands on these issues. Because, again, this is a letter from a former president. It is notable, if for no other reason than his position in society. He was a very well-respected president and loved by liberals. And, this might be a question that I think distracts as he's out there campaigning for Biden. Or it might just go away and nobody will care and it just, drifts away with the wind. It's only notable because it's a former president, right? If this was somebody else, nobody would care. But because it's a former president who's still living, who you can still ask questions to, it does become something of interest. I mean, it is a rather interesting letter. But he does come back and say, but alas, I come back to my body and I am a man, and I still have the desires of a man, basically. So he's still interested in women. So he tries to go there in his mind, it seems, to maybe see what it's like to think like that, but maybe he doesn't really think like that. But he's trying to put himself in that mindset. It's interesting. I said you have to read it for yourself and draw your own conclusions and interpretations. In the meantime, I would love your comments on this, so please leave them here for us to read. And as always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe because that really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.